Join us now for an hour of Southern Oregon music. From country, blues, rock, to pop, folk, and spiritual, all original, all Southern Oregon. On KSKQ presents the Southern Oregon Songwriters. Good afternoon and welcome to another edition of KSKQ presents the Southern Oregon Songwriters. I'm your host, Gus Johnson, and I'm being joined this afternoon, not in my studio, as usually is the case, but by Zoom connection all the way to Ashland and the studio of Gene Burnett. Hi, Gene.
Hi, Gus. How you doing?
I'm wonderful this afternoon, Gene. We're used to running our shows here from the Boot Hill Cemetery location of Boot Hill Recording Studios. And
Boot Hill, that's what you call it?
I do. So I'm very close to the cemetery, and I watch them.
I got a cemetery across from my house, too. Quietest neighbors in town.
Oh, well, unless they have, a ceremony, and they're very, they do. It's still an active cemetery in the lower sections here in Jacksonville. So they occasionally do have a funeral there, and it's so
good reminder.
Yeah, but no bagpipes, or at least not recently. So that's always one of the key things. So we're going to start this show off with a song by Roger Bradshaw.
Job in the city, thought I had it made, I was sitting pretty, but I made a mistake, I spoke my point of view, and the boss said, son, ain't got no use for you. I was stranded, standing out in the rain, stranded, all alone with my pain. I was stranded, I didn't know what to do, I was stranded, with my love for you. Settle down, and you said you were ready, but the day came around to say the words I do. You said we were finished, you said we were through. I was stranded, feeling hurt in my pride, stranded, with no one there by my side. I was stranded, I didn't know what to do. I was stranded, with my love for you. Dog gets to ride on a train passing by. I was stranded, standing out in the rain, stranded, all alone with my pain. I was stranded, I didn't know what to do. I was stranded, with my love for you. I was stranded, feeling hurt in my pride, stranded, with no one there by my side. I was stranded, I didn't know what to do. I was stranded, with my love for you.
Yeah, that's Roger Bradshaw playing as 221 Fly in Stranded.
Nice play, nice lead solo in there and some killer drums.
Roger's a great guitar player, and we had him in the studio a couple of weeks ago. And he's ready to go, and he really loves playing in bands, which is a long ways from the singer-songwriter tradition. That
Some of them like bands more than others.
I think Roger really does prefer to be in the band, and
Right, I'm the exact opposite. I'll play in a band if I have to.
I understand that too, and I had the great opportunity to play in a couple of bands and certainly enjoyed it. But this here's a singer-songwriter, Steve Youngin, and in this light, you look like a friend of mine.
El Presidente.
Light, you look like a friend of mine, a friend from many years ago. You wear the same hat and coat, and you play guitar. Won't you sing a tune that both of us will know? Time passes quickly, things change each passing day. Sometimes I remember the songs we used to play. In this light you remind me of a friend of mine, the way the shadows line your face. And though we went our separate ways, I won't forget our last embrace. Time passes quickly, things change each passing day. Sometimes I remember the songs we used to play. In this light you look like a friend of mine, someone I knew many years ago. Will we meet again? Will we meet again? I don't know. I don't know. In this light, do I look like a friend of yours? Tell me, who do you see? Let's sing a song like old times again. Make some harmonies. Time passes quickly, things change each passing day. Sometimes I remember the songs we used to play. Time passes quickly, things change each passing day. Sometimes I remember the songs we used to play. In this light you look like a friend of mine.
So it's Steve Youngin, acted pretty much as a one-man band there. His recent
Stevie.
In this light you look like a friend of mine.
Our president.
Our president, that's right.
At the moment.
So, Gene, how'd you end up here in this neck of the woods?
How'd I end up in Ashland?
Uh-huh.
Well, let's see. I was living in Seattle with my wife, Samara, and we were getting kind of sick of the city and feeling like we needed to get to a smaller, more rural, closer to nature kind of place. And after a brief detour in the Midwest, we stayed in Iowa for a couple of years. We decided to come back to the Northwest, and Ashland had always been on our short list, and we came and visited, and we liked it, and so we moved here in '99. So yeah, I've been here over 20 years now. We
20
were looking
years.
for a place close to nature with,
Yes.
friendly people, a little bit of culture, but mostly the close to nature thing was real important to us, and so we found it. I've been here ever since.
We're talking here with Gene Burnett, who's a prolific songwriter. He's celebrating the conclusion of the recording of his 40th album, getting ready to
Yes.
release that real soon.
40th record on GeneBurnett.com. There's one or two oldies that aren't on there, but yeah, let's just say 40.
I had 41 in my head the other day on that.
Well, one of them's a couple of them are essentially double albums, but they're on there as one album, and then I've got a double album or two that are on there as two albums, and just it depends on how I arrange it, but it's more or less 40.
Yeah, and so your book, Songwriting for Geniuses, or 25 Tips for the Genius in Everyone, draws a lot of attention to trying to establish these habits of writing. What are your habits right now in terms of how your daily schedule flows towards writing?
Oh, yeah, good question. Well, I'm not writing with an intent to be commercial or intent to make money or to have a career at this or to even to please other people. I mainly write to kind of just help sort out my life and put my thoughts and feelings to guitar chords and sounds and find something that really feels right to me, that kind of releases a charge for me. So I mainly do it for that. And then I figure if it releases a charge for me and helps me sort out my life, it might help someone else. So then I would post it on YouTube and post it on my website, GeneBurnett.com, where all my music's free for listening or downloading. And so I write down any idea that occurs to me anytime, anywhere. I've got scratch paper with me all the time, or a voice recorder if I don't have that handy. And I put each idea on a Word document, and I regularly look through my ideas, and I sort of sort them into just new ideas, prospects, and then things that I've worked up enough that I feel like they're getting pretty close to being done. So I put those in a special folder for like stuff that really is ready. And I look at all these folders on a daily basis, usually at night, and I just see if I can move an idea forward a little bit. Usually there's one or two that have kind of hooked my consciousness, so I kind of focus on those until they're done. But sometimes I look at the other ideas that are more in the incubatory stage, and I just keep moving things forward. It's like I just look for words that feel right to me, words that release a charge. Sometimes a song doesn't even make sense until 3/4 of the way through it, and it suddenly gels, I'm mainly fishing around in my unconscious for something coherent that can help me bring something to light that was previously a little cloudy.
Oh, there you go. I think we'll talk a little bit about that, bringing a song into focus a little later on here when
Sure.
we look at that. Now, this first song you're going to sing for us here is from the new album, and this is quite a title.
Yes, it's called Albert Shakespeare and the Phenomenology of Time. I was thinking about memory quite a bit lately, and I'm really fond of these mixed expressions, like where someone says, well, that's not rocket surgery, or,
Yes.
one of those where you blend things together that don't quite go. So, people will say, I'm no Albert Einstein. Well, I'm no William Shakespeare. So I put the two together and said, I'm no Albert Shakespeare, meaning I'm not a mathematician or a great poet. I'm kind of in the middle. And the song is called, Albert Shakespeare and the Phenomenology of Time. Would you like to hear it?
Yeah, you do. Yeah, right.
All right, here we go. Time to talk about time, which some folks say isn't real. Well, I'm no Albert Shakespeare, but that's not how it feels. As I get older, time feels real. Everything everything else does not. Nothing stays the same for a second. When there's time left on the clock, what if there is no such thing as places? What if there is no such thing as things? What if there is no such thing as faces? What if timing really is everything? Right now, and not who I was at 10, then I didn't do the things I did, 'cause I wasn't me now back then. Memory feels like a time machine into someone else's life. Snapshot some other person took once upon another time. What if there is no such thing as places? What if there is no such thing as things? What if there is no such thing as faces? What if timing really is everything? Not a place, it was a time. That's why I can't go home again. Don't miss the place, I miss the time. But that time I'll never know again. Every so-called place looks like a time. Every so-called thing looks like a blur. Every so-called person looks like a dream. Every so-called noun looks like a verb. What if time gives mass to matter? What if time gives speed to light? What if time makes the universe get fatter? What if there is nothing but time? What if there is no such thing as places? What if there is no such thing as things? What if there is no such thing as faces? What if timing really is everything?
All right, Gene. I didn't know you were a physicist.
Well, you know, phenomenology, it's my experience of physics. It's not actual
I know,
physics.
but I think you could argue the point probably quite well.
I don't know if it matters at this point technically, but I got a wild swirling static sound in my headphone while I was singing that.
Oh, I didn't hear that on my end. So, yeah.
Oh, sweet. Well, that's good.
Let's hope so. Yeah.
Awesome.
So we're going to have, you've got another tune here, Pecan Pie. Huh?
Pecan pie.
Or
Let me
pecan
just
pie.
make sure I'm in tune.
Pecan. Oh, the other night you really astounded me when you said you liked old strings on your guitar. Usually it's new strings on the guitar is the preferred thing. I've seen, shows where guys were changing strings in the middle of shows to have new
yeah, I
strings
know.
on things.
When I opened for America at Brit, their techs change their strings before every show.
Yeah.
I hate new strings. I can't stand these new strings.
Uh-huh.
I'm really looking forward to them getting beat up and more. The last time I changed them was probably 3 years ago.
Have you tried going down to the Goodwill or something, see if you can find some used strings?
I just put them on and I let them go. All right, pecan pie. This one is my favorite dessert. And it's got a little surprise ending. Pecan pie, gotta get a piece of that pecan pie. Pecan pie, give me that pecan pie. If you got a little whipped cream, that'd be nice, that'd be nice, that'd be nice. If you got a little whipped cream, that'd be nice on the top of my pecan pie. Gonna need a black coffee on the side, on the side, on the side. Gonna need a black coffee on the side of my pecan pie. Pecan pie, gotta get a piece of that pecan pie. Pecan pie, give me that pecan pie. Sorry if I'm not saying it right, saying it right, saying it right. Sorry if I'm not saying it right, just give me that pecan pie. If I get a last meal before I die, before I die, before I die. If I get a last meal before I die, gotta get a little pecan pie. Pecan pie, gotta get a piece of that pecan pie. Pecan pie, give me that pecan pie. Oh my, what a beautiful sight, beautiful sight, beautiful sight. Oh my, what a beautiful sight, the sight of my pecan pie. Pecan pie, gotta get a piece of that pecan pie. Pecan pie, give me that pecan pie. I almost wish I hadn't killed that guy.
I couldn't equate that to Folsom Prison Blues, but I guess it does.
Well, he's got his last meal and he's liking that pecan pie, and
pecan
almost
pie.
enough to make him wish that he hadn't killed that guy.
Yeah. All right, Gene. Let's see. I've got a song here pulled up from our friend Jack Fisher.
Oh, Jack.
And,
Great. Past president.
Yes, and you're quite a musician. Just,
Oh, man.
and this is called Zanzibar.
Oh, great song.
I stepped into a fairy tale with dragon wings and ships that sail, and found the curiosity I lost so long ago from me. Trade winds have blown us east, 1,000 fears all released on the endless beach of heaven. Of this I did not know. spices filled the island air. I floated through a market square and saw the face I dream of, forgotten in my sleep of love. Said sweet melodies I hear, danced with wings upon my ear. Her voice rang in the silence of things I could not keep. How is it possible, so near and yet so far, to behold the love you're seeking on the shores of Zanzibar? In an instant, I was far away, but darkest night could not betray how she lay angelically beneath the orange sky, so close to me. Oh, worlds will come behind this veil when love remains the ship you sail, where warm winds blow across your face. On this you can rely. Is it possible, so near and yet so far, to behold the love you're seeking on the shores of Zanzibar? Is it possible? Yeah, how is it possible?
I tell you, that song just knocks my socks off.
Simple little folk song. Jack always gets the award for most chords. I'm like 3, maybe 4. He's like 16.
I appreciate the chord structures and the surprises that are in each of his tunes. And just like that one there's so many different parts to it. But each one of them is it just builds on it, and it's classically built, and a great song for that. It pushes in me an emotional response.
Yeah.
So I was reading in your book on tip number 10. You remember tip number 10?
Nope.
Remember that? So this is, be willing to write from the point of view of people other than you.
Oh, yeah. That was a huge one for me. Of course, if you're writing for commercial success, that's a whole different kind of writing, really. I'm writing to write satisfying songs. The book is about writing or helping you write satisfying songs that say it for you, not necessarily how to please other people. But what was tip number 10 again? Oh, yeah. Once I sort of think of myself as having a bit of a parliament in my head, and all these ministers or members are, have their points of view, and I used to get a consensus of sort of sense of myself and then express songs from that point of view, almost as though the songs were advertisements for my personality, like a singles ad or something, or an online dating profile. The songs had to be kind of consistently me. And when I cut loose of that around 2005 or 6 or so and just started treating the members of my internal parliament as though they were their own person, and if they wanted to sing a song, hell, I wrote a song that felt good to that part. And so I have songs that contradict each other. I've got a song called Too Busy to Worry. It's all about just being so involved in life that you don't have time to worry about anything. Wrote that for my friend Jeremy Hickman, who's posted on Facebook one day that, he'd love to stop and argue politics here, but my wife just gave birth to twins.
Oh, jeez.
This was back then. They've since parted ways and all that stuff. But at the time, it was like twins, like I got no time for politics. I got twins to raise. So I wrote this song called Too Busy to Worry. And then I've got a song on my new album called The Too Smart Not to Worry Blues. So I've got which I'll play a little bit later, I hope. We've got... So I just let all these parts have their voices. Sometimes I write a song from a point of view of an object, or so it's just a good way to get out of your head. If you're stuck as a writer, go to a movie and pick a character in the movie and decide that character is going to write a song about another character, and use that as a template or a framework to get your juices going. I mean, there's the
characters are a
it
great
doesn't
way
have to be all about you.
Yeah, you put words into the character's mouth and.
Right.
Yeah.
So remember, I'm just casting around for images and words and sounds that release a charge in me. I'm trusting my sort of unconscious mind to use that as kind of a guide to get me to things that will help me clarify my life a little bit. So that's how I use songwriting.
I'll clarify for you.
A little unusual.
You're listening to KSKQ presents the Southern Oregon Songwriters on KSKQ 89.5 FM in Ashland and 94.1 FM in Medford. So now we've informed you of that. And if you're a songwriter, we'd like to hear from you. And we can contact us at our Facebook Southern Oregon Songwriters page. We'll have some more information here in kskq.org for you to upload your songs and information. But we're looking for local artists to feature on this show, like Gene Burnett, who's here right now with us. Gene, I'm going to play one of my favorite duos around here. This is Tom and Katie Noyes. And this is a song called The Devil's Backbone.
All right.
And Tom, they've got a big heritage in Texas, but they play a zombie plowboy. And this is called The Devil's Backbone.
There's a place they call the Devil's Backbone, deep in these Texas hills. And tales are told of the restless soul they call this land their own. Ghost-eyed Indians, monks and gold miners, in the cold wind that rattles their bones. From Wimberley to Blanco in the full moonlight, through these canyons they still roll. Spanish soldiers speaking the white man's tongue. They came to these hills to bury their gold, for the morning rose with the sun. But their souls still remain there, cold eyes in the searching for those gold corn sacks. They'll ride up upon you, their sabers waving, Apache arrows still stuck in their back. The spirits wander the devil's backbone. The white cross is on the side of that road. Souls rise in the name of Jesus, but the devil's gonna make you his own. If you die on that devil's backbone. There's a canyon cut deep in the rocks where they say silver mines can be found. Many a man has died by the light of the moon when no one's around. Well, the trees they shiver and the cold wind blows, and a snake falls into your lap. The hills echo with the sound of laughter. A voice rumbles, you better know where you're at. Spirits wander the devil's back. White crosses on the side of that. Souls rise in the name of Jesus, but the devil's gonna make his own. If you die on that backbone. There's a wolf that roams the valley with eyes like a firelight. The soul of an Indian that moves like a shadow through these hills of cold moonlight. And it's said that in the darkness you can hear a moan that shakes the trees and it'll rattle your spine. Beware, don't let that cold wind pass through you, or you'll howl on you tonight. Spirits wander the devil's backbone. White crosses on the side of that road. Souls rise in the name of Jesus. The devil's gonna make you his own. If you die on that devil's backbone.
There you go, another from Zombie Plowboy, The Devil's Backbone.
Yeah, nice tune.
Yeah, it's just certainly.
Easy going.
Yeah, simple, easy subjects, you know. This next song that you said you're going to do here, Gene, is such a simple subject. What I look for in a girl.
Yeah, it's probably maybe the 60th or 70th love song that I've written for my wife Samara over the last 20 plus years.
Yeah, it's one of the great benefits of being a songwriter is you're able to express your emotions in song to the people around you that you love.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So,
Right.
Can you do this one for us? Tell us a little bit about what your process was on forming this song.
I was watching a movie, and I usually forget these processes immediately when after the song is done. But now that you mention it, I was watching a movie, and I think one of the characters asked another character, "What do you look for in a girl?" And that was the germ of the idea. Like, what are those things? And I realized that the things I looked for back when I was looking are still there. So this is called "What I Look For in a Girl." Knew she had to be beautiful in more ways than just one. I was looking for a fighter's heart with battles lost and won. I was looking for a ready laugh, a smile that held some cards. I was looking for the kind of girl who might let down her guard. 50 years around the sun, you and this whole world. 50 years around the sun, you're still everything I look for in a girl. I was looking for a mystery, a sense of life and death. I was looking for the kind of girl who knew the art of breath. I was looking for the kind of girl who could put me in my place, but only as a kindness, not to slap me in the face. 50 years around the sun, you and this whole world. 50 years around the sun, you're still everything I look for in a girl. I was looking for the kind of girl who used her smarts for good, to make the world around her just a little better 'cause she could. I was looking for the kind of girl who put the spirit first. And even if it broke her heart, holding back was worse. 50 years around the sun, you and this old world. 50 years around the sun, you're still everything I look for in a girl. I was looking for, I knew she had to be beautiful in more ways than just one.
50 Years Around the Sun. Yeah, it's a great song, Gene.
Yeah, that's
great
the
song.
downside of live recordings. You mess up a lyric every now and then.
Yes. Yeah, I think we've become too used to perfection and the things that are recorded.
Yeah. Tell me about it. I love playing. I do an open mic set every Sunday night. I got in the habit of doing virtual open mics during the pandemic, and when those things stopped happening, I just kept going, and I do one every Sunday night. I post 3 songs, usually on a common theme, and I post it on my YouTube channel, and I post it on my Facebook page, 8 o'clock Sunday night, Pacific Standard Time, USA. And I invite my various musical friends, whoever they are out there, friends of my page, friends of mine. If you've got a set of new stuff that you want to, or old stuff, but just something you've done fairly recently, that's you, then to go ahead and post it, and I will listen. And if nobody posts, I go find them. I'll go find my friends' Bandcamp page or SoundCloud page or YouTube channel, and I'll just see what they've done lately, and I'll post it, and I'll share it, and I'll listen to it, and I'll comment. It's kind of fun. My Sunday nights are reserved for listening to local musical friends, or not so local necessarily, but just to my musical friends wherever they are, and it's really fun, because I'm scrolling through Facebook and I see like you or one of my SOSA buddies puts a video on there, but it might be 9:40 in the morning, and I got 20 minutes to just check my emails and stuff before I go to work. I just don't have time to listen to it. It was almost a drag to see someone's video. It's like, oh crap, I can't listen to this now. But now I just click on it, grab a URL, and stick it in this folder. Sunday night I listen to it. So I catch up on Sundays. Just last Sunday I played Steve Youngin's set at the Jacksonville Farmers Market that he posted with you backing him up. So I posted that set and listened to it on that Sunday night. So I've actually featured you guys on this open mic. So
Cool.
yeah, that's what I do Sundays.
And so, I wanted to get around to tip number 16. You remember number 16?
My memory again?
16 gave me some problems. Be willing to not know what a song is about while you were writing it.
Yeah, that's a huge one for me, because remember, I'm just groping around in my unconscious, picking up pieces of words and fragments of music and language that feel right to me, but that's not a song. So I start to think of like-minded things, or I nudge it this way or that way, and some songs come to me whole hog, the whole song, the whole idea, and the whole thing comes to me, and it almost writes itself. I sit down, in an hour, I've got the basic thing done, and then I can just tweak it. Everybody knows who writes songs that happens. Some songs just come to you, but others come in fragments. It's almost like my unconscious mind took the song, tore it up into 16 pieces, kept 10 of them, and threw me the other 6. And I grabbed those 6, and then I have to sort of back engineer it into something meaningful to me. And so that's what I mean by not knowing what the song's about. Maybe it's just a certain phrase or a certain thing, and you start building on it, and you think, what goes with that? And that kind of fits that. And then all of a sudden you realize, oh, I'm writing about my job, or oh, I'm writing about my open mic scene, or oh, I'm writing about my best friend, or you realize it kind of as you go, just the way certain vague feelings can gradually become crystallized into a clear feeling if you hang and don't try to force it too much. So that's what I mean by don't worry if you don't know what it's about yet. as long as it's feeling interesting and you're curious and you keep wanting to go, keep going. You know, you might suddenly discover the key. Oh, I changed tense and make this from her point of view. Bang, all of a sudden it makes sense. You know, some things can happen like that. So keeping yourself loose as you go can be really helpful. That
would kind of pertain to the too smart not to worry blues, huh? So tell me about this.
This was an idea I had about, well, it's just another one of my songs about death and impermanence and how changing everything is. Just like that first song, every so-called thing looks like a blur. Things, I mean, they're constantly in transition. So this is a way of saying things end before they start. Let me just quickly check my tuning. Close enough. This is capoed up to 9.
Yeah, but we're having to listen to new strings, so yeah.
My baby left me before we met. I've got bad memories that haven't happened yet. I know what's coming, I'm gonna lose. I got them too smart not to worry blues. I got evicted before I signed the lease. I was convicted by a jury of police. I know what's coming, I'm gonna lose. I got them too smart not to worry blues. The past is present, the present is past. The future's lesson is that nothing lasts. It's getting old to read the news. I got them too smart not to worry blues. Before I got it, my ticket was torn, my number was up. Before I was born, I lost my job at the interview. I got them too smart not to worry blues. Another run-in down at the mall. Gravity's coming for us all. I feel the pressure down to my shoes. I got them too smart not to worry blues. The doctor's here, he's got his list. Don't know the details, I got the gist. At least for now, there's no bad news. But I got them too smart not to worry blues. Crashed my car on the showroom floor, went out of business. Before I opened up the door, I explored all the avenues. I got them too smart not to worry blues. I dropped the ball before I caught it, sold the farm before I bought it. I did the math, it's just no use. I got them too smart not to worry blues. What cools off gets hot again. It's just a matter of where and when. The heat is coming and it ain't news. I got them too smart not to worry blues. I quit rehearsals before I formed the band. I started bluffing before I even saw my hand. The game is fixed, the house don't lose. I got them too smart not to worry blues. Knocked out cold before the fight, kicked out of the garden before I even took a bite. They saw it coming, and I do too. I got them too smart not to worry blues. If they is up there, they doesn't care, 'cause what goes up goes you know where. They say in heaven you never lose, but I got them too smart not to worry blues. I got them too smart not to worry. Shouldn't have got the curry. Got them too smart not to worry blues.
All right. You covered all the bases on that, I think.
Yeah, all the bases are covered, yes. Thank you.
If one can do that in one song, it's an advantage. It's been a pleasure to be here this afternoon with you, Gene. And
it's been fun. Thanks.
Nice to be able to listen to you and talk with you about songwriting.
Nice. Thank you, man. My pleasure.
It's we face a lot of hassles in everyday life, and it's nice to be able to retreat to the songwriter part and try and lose oneself there, and not have to be quite so aware of everything that's going on in the world,
Right. You and your muse.
You have to look at it that way. You hope it's the way it actually is,
But the muse is connected to the world, so you do get, it's not like you're in total isolation, but it's nice to just kind of set that back for a second and see what feels good in here. Yeah.
Yes. Well, we have about 2 minutes and 20 seconds that I'd like to see if we can squeeze in a fair amount of "You Are Welcome" here. I know you.
Okay.
This is, it's just a great song. So.
All right. I'll hit it.
I'll kind of help take us out when it's time. Okay, and you can listen to me and just.
You, with your restless heart, you, with your battle scars, you, with your missing parts, you are welcome here. You, with your shifting load, you, with your winding road, you, with your sacred code, you are welcome here. You can come as you are, you can be as you are, the way that you be. You can open your fear. You are welcome here.
Thanks so much for being with us for this edition of KSKQ Presents the Southern Oregon Songwriters. Thanks, Gene. We'll see you. Bye.
Bye.